So just a quick recap for everyone. Everyone has headed down to the gymnasium for the final task of the orientation. And Zomenius has a headache from his experience and has gone to the cadet quarters for a wee kip. And the cadets are facing a very extravagant obstacle course where they have to get from point A to point Z and choose a variety of very convoluted routes along the way. And basically the first choice to be made is whether you want to take a straight dash through a series of exploding illusions, or the players can invent a route with some challenge and some contraption for a skill that they want to test out, which will lower the DC. Axel has chosen to take the straight dash, so Axel, make a DC 13 Constitution or Wisdom saving throw to make your way across without succumbing to the exploding illusions and reacting in a way that will either tip you from a beam or... All right. So imagine that there's like these narrow platforms going through from one raised platform above the ground to the other, while these explosions are going off, meant to like tip your balance. So describe how Axel makes his way across.
Are these like, so he's just running through, and these pillars are almost like going up and down in different random orders and exploding, and he's just like darting under them or leaping over them. And at first he was in on just his normal legs, like a standing bipedal, but as he was getting further and getting quicker, he gets down on all fours and he starts like loping through like a lion and just dodging even quicker and faster and making it super simple for him.
Nice. What routes has Ace, Carrie, and Estria chosen for themselves? Are you going the straight dash across the narrow beams through the exploding illusions, or are you going to invent an obstacle for yourself?
Teachers wouldn't put this challenge in front of us if they didn't think we could do it. I'm going for it. Carrie will follow Axel.
Okay, you can make the DC 13 Constitution, or you can choose a Wisdom saving throw to ignore the illusions.
Con or Wiz. Well, Con is somehow just a little bit better for me, so she's gonna barrel through. Fortitude will solve my problems. Oh, good thing I have inspiration. I guess now seems like the time to do it. Dr. Dreamy patted me. He said I could do it. All right, so let me try that again. Oh, it's the same thing. I rolled 3 both times. They made it too hard.
What happened?
The very first explosion, just right up in her face. Oh, and I guess she tipped over a beam.
Okay, so you've landed hard there. It's a bruising blow, especially to the ego. The landing is rough, and you've taken 7 damage from
goodness.
From the blow.
Right, that's a lot of damage. They're really assaulting me. She objects from the ground, clambering, trying to figure out how to use her forearms to prop her up properly.
Okay. This will leave Estria and Ace to decide their path forward.
I'm going to let Ace go first, because if he does what I think he's going to do, I don't want to do the same thing, and I have an idea for another thing I want to do as well.
Okay.
Well, Ace has seen 2 people go for just the head-on charge. He's not really one for decisions or overthinking things. He's just gonna rush out there and do the same thing, try to barrel through. Nice. Well, maybe a little more nimbly.
Would you like to
dance.
Use your fortitude or your nerves of steel with wisdom?
I'm gonna go with my my fortitude.
Okay.
And try to just power through. I still have bar inspiration. I remember the last second. Zob said I was really capable.
Okay.
System works.
So just as you're about to slip, what happened?
I hear his voice. Feel him pat me on the back. You're a capable sort. You know what I am? I plant my feet, tuck my head under the explosions, surge forward.
Leap over a Thrycrane.
Oh, there's... Hi.
All right, which brings us to Estria. You're inventing your own path, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell us about it. What does it look like?
I'm actually going to combine my two thoughts now, and I'm going to let you decide whether you'd like me to do
Sure.
basically survival or stealth.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's like a kind of like a swampy obstacle course essentially, but like within the shall we say the different pieces of scenery, there are hidden like enemies that I have to like hide from essentially.
Okay,
And
so
I
it's,
just get through.
it's like an area of almost marshlands.
Yeah.
Then instead of going over the beams, you're kind of going under them.
Yeah.
And they're
I'm almost thinking like maybe a mangrove kind of thing, maybe, now that I think about it.
cool. And in amongst there is a couple of enemies who are trying to spot you as you're getting through. Okay, so absolutely. If they spot you, they're going to jab you with electric like prods. You don't want to get caught by them. So go ahead and make that stealth roll. You've lowered your DC to 11 though.
Okay. That is a 10.
Would you like to take advantage of your inspiration, or are you getting jabbed by the
Yeah,
cattle
no,
prod?
I'm definitely doing that. I ain't getting jabbed today. Fuck it. There we go. That is a 19.
All right, describe to us that moment when you almost ran into one of the hidden spotters.
So I'm thinking like Estria is like underneath one of the trees, and she's like kind of peering out of the roots essentially, and she thinks it's all clear, so she like goes to take a step out, but when she does, she sees like movement on her side, and she's like, oh, hold up, no. And then she sees like a patrol of one of them just like skulking by, and she's like, I'm gonna wait this out. And she does wait it out and then goes through the thing.
There is a ladder which brings you up onto the platform with the others at the end of this mangrove route that you've chosen to take. And that brings you both, brings the group together, Carrie able to negotiate eventually with
Crawling on hands and knees.
Yeah, with the explosions. There is a series of levitating platforms over what seems to be pools with rippling electricity kind of just going over them, which you can head that way, or again, there is alternative routes that you could head to. You're at point B now. You could head to point C some other way. So, who would like to go across the levitating platforms and avoid the electrified water, or who's going another way?
It sounds kind
Astral
of
will
like
go that way, for sure.
All right.
Estria
So-
through the platforms.
That's going to need either an athletics strength check or an acrobatics dexterity check. 13 is the magic number again.
Oh, Ace is definitely going that route.
Oh, I have no idea why I have that.
Tasted 22.
I don't know why mine is either.
The three of you bound across these platforms. Just describe to us briefly how magnificently each of you looks.
I guess we're still in the same motion from like before. He's getting more used to the body, the jar that he's in, so he's just on all fours, using instinct now and just bounding and leaping, almost going 2 separate stones at a time instead of just one on his way up.
Cool.
Estria is basically just going to say, all right, this seems like kind of a puzzle, but and then she's gonna look at her arms and notice her feathered wings and be like, I got an idea for this. And she's gonna basically do like jumping, but like kind of like give herself an extra boost with the wing flap.
Nice.
And by doing that, I feel like she's gonna be able to just get to the more advantageous positions a bit more easily.
Nice. Getting some gliding practice.
Do the wing flaps seem to actually do anything as far as flying?
Oh, absolutely. Look at that 22.
Downright majestic. I'm feeling more confident now after than before. I'm just leaping, spitting. It's muscle memory, but not muscle memory.
Beautiful. What about Dr. Carey? Which way is she going to be going?
Hey, she. Everybody else is doing it. The teachers don't believe in me. They can do it. And she goes to the edge of the platform and she sort of winds up and she looks down at the electricity and rubs the bump on her head. And she's and she tries to summon up some arcane energies. Is she able to be casting spells right now?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. I cast Levitate.
Oh.
Which works by basically floating and pushing off of objects. So she wants to sort of show off sort of zero G skills by sort of she looks like she's going to jump, but she casts a spell and instead she sort of crouches down and just kind of pushes off and just glides into space.
Lovely.
And then she tries to think really hard while she's gliding to lower herself and raise herself like she's in a two-dimensional platformer. She just kind of rise and fall at the right rate. So she wants to glide like that.
You notice that there seems to be some built-in like side turrets, which seems to be like shooting out some like dispel magic rays. So make for me an Arcana check to make sure you avoid those rays instead of the acrobatics or strength check, but have advantage with your levitation spell.
Right. Well, I'm just gonna have to roll this twice here. There's one. That is an 18 or possibly even better, a natural 20, 25.
Nice.
All right.
Like a boss. Tell us how you avoided these ridiculous rays.
I'm doing all sorts of Ender's Game bullshit. I am bouncing off this. I am flying off that. I am calculating trajectories and defining angles, and shots are going everywhere, and I'm just gliding through like I have an epic written about me.
Hell yeah. All right. So you've all arrived the same way, although Dr. Carey's gone in a unique way of tackling the challenge. But you arrive on the same platform where now you have to go through some spinning wheels, very typical obstacle spinning wheels with maces around the spinning wheels. And it's a swinging rope that's going to carry you through the spinning maces. So it's a timing thing. But you've got to actually catch the next rope and then catch the next rope, avoiding the spin. So it's quite challenging. There are other ways to reach point C though. So who's going that way?
I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. No, not you this time. Me. Carrie dashes ahead. She's not gonna let the line go far this time. Go first this time. I just gotta keep concentration. That's it. I can do it.
I think Astral will go that way too.
Okay, so Dr. Carey wants to negotiate that again with the levitation help, right?
Yes. So if she misses, my hope is I can just drift in space doing nothing until the rope comes back.
Nice. Perfect. So we're gonna replace your athletics check, which is what's required, with a Arcana check again.
Okay.
There seems to be something built in to the area, which is providing a disadvantage to the magical advantage. So it's just going to be a straight Arcana check this time.
Oh, rather than disadvantage, I see.
Yeah, you kind of feel there's like some resistance to your movements as you're levitating, like there's something in the area that's reacting to the magical spell.
Place full of haters. I rolled an 8 this time.
All right. So you went first, right?
I insisted, yes.
So you feel like there's some kind of like arcane waves built into this, which are reacting like a magnet to the magic, and that kind of thrust you instead of the way that you want to go, kind of like push you into the spinning maces.
Right.
And you feel the brutal impact as you are slammed for 8 points of damage.
What is this? All right, I have 2 hit points left.
Where did
I assume I need to make a concentration check on my spell here.
Yes, make a concentration check. You
All right,
hold on,
so
and
it's
that
a
gets
dirty
you.
20.
That gets you to the other side, but bruised.
She just completely collapses on the ground and just lays there while everybody else does their thing.
All right. Who's going next? It's athletics.
Esther said that she would
Axel.
go, and she will. Axel can go first, though.
Okay.
She's not going to go in front of the line.
All right. Describe that to us.
He's just so in tune with his body now. He's just elegantly like any cat that you've seen jumping from tree to house rooftop, just scaling walls. He's doing it all right now. He's just grabbing each rope, and the rope's almost bare. He's 400 pounds, and this rope looks like it's barely moving as he's jumping from rope to get to the other side.
Awesome. All right. Esther, are you going next then?
I will attempt to, yes.
Let's go, boss.
That is a 7.
Would you like to use your inspiration, or are you taking the hit?
I used it on the baton before.
Ah, okay. That's true. All right. So, there is an element of strength which doesn't let you fully use your dexterity in this case to hold on to the ropes, and you find yourself, the timing's just off, and one of the swinging maces catches you in the back as you come past, with a hefty blow for 9 damage. What's Ace gonna do?
I am running up and throwing myself at the ropes. Why? Oh, they were both 17.
They're both 17s.
Yeah, grabbing the ropes like this is pirate ships. Just full on swinging as hard as I can, pushing to the next.
Lovely. Okay, you arrive at the last obstacle that you need to reach the end of the course. You have to somehow reach a gong. It's in a level above you guys. You can either go up a slippery pole to ring the gong, or there are other obstacles that you might invent to reach that area instead.
Axel's gonna try to just go straight up that slippery pole. He feels like he has control of the body, so he's gonna pull out his claws and try to use that as a way to grip the slippery pole on his way up to the gong.
Nice. So make an acrobatics check, but your claws are giving you advantage.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Like butter, like nothing.
Lovely.
Hitting that gong.
The gong rings
Ninja
out.
Warrior style.
You see some clapping and cheering and hooting and hollering. There's like a plasmoid at the other end of the obstacle course who's got like a halfling kind of like stuck in him, and they're yeah, and the halfling is stuck. I was like yeah, they're loving it.
Yeah.
And I just like collapsed at their feet.
Okay, that's when you just arrived with the now
No, I've just been laying there the whole time, just bloodied and bruised and humiliated, and I just let these people cheering at all my other companions who just absolutely killed the obstacle course. People are cheering for them, and I just lay at the feet of the cheering audience, sad and beaten.
You could use your spell again, though, right? If you want to risk.
I'm still concentrating. I still got it. I could have floating.
Still got it. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I could be floating and sad and harmed.
It's the perfect.
Yeah, that's right. I forget. I'm hovering 1 foot off the ground, sad and collapsed. There you go.
You don't sense any kind of messing with the magic in this area. So if you wanted to just float up and ring the gong, you can.
She floats up prone towards the gong.
Extremely nervous.
Spins herself until she hits the gong and lowers herself back down slowly.
There's kind of scattered applause.
He made it. She made it.
I'm still working that out too. Don't worry about it.
Hey, I thought it was cool.
The plasmoid calls out, "You'll get it next time."
I'll have to do this again?
You should maybe not.
Oh, good. All right.
Oh man.
Flying is cool. I'll say it.
Yeah.
How are Ace and Estria going to get up there to ring the gong?
I have an idea. I would like to use insight, and to do that, I would like to do the classic 2 doors, one that only tells lies, one that only tells truths.
Ah, a riddle, an elevator door with a riddle.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay. You are faced off with these 2 magic mouths, and they begin their riddle. Roll insight to see if you can pick up which one is lying.
That is a 12.
That is the magic number. It was DC 14, but your invention has reduced it by 2, and you picked the correct door. And you see there's like a floating tensor's disc, which kind of just like takes you up to ring the gong.
I ring it with my beak.
Nice. There's hearty applause again. He did the disc elevator. Oh, clever one, Bruce one.
What kind of a bird does Estria look like?
I would say like most like a crane, but not white colored, more like a grayish or mottled colored.
Right. I'm the only one left. Going to try to climb that pole as gracefully as I can. Why?
Okay, so the one that was dropped was a what?
Natural 20.
But Hal, you've been battling this all night. I think that was a natural 20, right? So
Sure. Yeah, I jump up on that grease pole, just kind of like swing around it, use the motion to kicking off as I go up, just to keep myself spinning around, and then land on the platform and slap the gong.
again, hearty applause. Oh, bravo! He doesn't have claws. With the completion of the obstacle course, you're beginning to really start to understand your new bodies. For those of you who completed the course with no damage at any stage, you gain 100 jar experience points. So while we will be leveling using quest markers for your normal character, your body will be leveling up with jar experience points. So this is the first points that you earn towards improving your bodies. So 100 experience points if you took no damage during the obstacle course. If you took damage only once, 50 experience points. And if you completed the course and you took a couple of hits, not mentioning names, you get 20 jar experience points. You can try the obstacle course again if you so wish to try and improve the amount of experience points you gained. But I think the three of you gained 100 experience points, right?
I gained 50 because
You took damage once?
the hit in the spinning room.
That's right.
Yeah.
Damage once. Oh, so
I will die if I do that again.
It was pretty fun.
I could do better the next time.
you have now completed all of the orientation tasks, meaning you only have to check back in with Bosun Tarto to let him know that you've completed the assigned tasks.
Nice.
Dr. Carey just waves. She just waves. Someone else. She just waves the checklist for someone else to lead.
Yeah, I guess we'll head back up to Bosun Tardos to let them know we've completed everything.
As you guys walk into the simulation area once more, Bosun Tardo is there and has a rather gloomy look on her face. She takes the checklist off you and kind of has a glare at Estria and says, "You all left one of your company behind this morning. I was distracted, but you all forgot about her, and that's not good. We don't leave the company behind. And you there, Estria, your name was, I think. You got yourself left behind. You arrived late to many of these tasks. You can't be left behind like that. What do you got to say for yourself?"
Weren't really my fault, really. Your simulation was faulty. And I happened to take a little nap because of it.
Well, you still took a nap, didn't you? So, that's
Not
the main thing.
intentionally.
Well, you took a nap. Did you take a nap or you didn't take a nap?
I was knocked out by an exploding rifle.
Well,
So it was a
sounds like a nap to me. So
one might say.
you've got extra task, extra homework. All right, to bond you as a group. So I've got a gold cap for each of you. You're gonna do something for me. You see,
Okay.
I need a
gold
very,
cap?
very heavy box taken to the Wolf's Den. Old Mert, the guy who runs this place. He's been busy all day with a dignitary, and he's a bit under the weather. Been drinking heavy. That's what we do when we entertain our guests. We drink heavy. Okay, it's okay when there's guests. We don't
No
disintegrate when we're entertaining guests. Okay.
Makes sense. That would turn some people off.
Okay, right, now. I need for you to go down to the Sea Dock and get the box that came in from Mert. And they're gonna have to put on your gold hats. That's the only way you're getting into the bridge quarters. And you need to carry that heavy box, the four of you, all the way up to the bridge quarters and take it into Mert's bedroom there. Now he's gonna be under the weather because of the drinking and all. And you're not to disturb him. You're not to mess with his box. You're not to open it. You're not to break it. You're not to put it somewhere that's not in his room. And then we're good.
Does Axel notice the reference of the name Bert that he's talking about?
Mert.
Or Mert, yeah. When he was, when they were at the, when they were working on the Spelljammers, that's
Sure.
what he overheard.
Sure. Yeah. Yep, he did.
Does he recall?
Yes, he did recall that name.
Okay. He's gonna wait till this kind of like we start moving out before he says anything. But he's gonna bring it up to the rest of the group. but not right this second.
All right, so just head down to the bottom there, past administration, to the sea dock. There's no sea, it's an astral sea, it's just the bottom dock. It's a little joke. We're pretty funny here.
I've noticed. Real hoop.
Thanks.
Harry looks at the map and groans, realizing what is being asked to do, which is literally go to the bottom of the tower, grab the box, and then climb it all the way up to the top. Could we have a breather? Could we have a... could really use a
Did you groan at me? Is that what just happened?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Just groaned at. See this wound right here. Could really. I can
see you're bleeding.
Is there a
on
med
the
bay?
simulation floor, and I'm gonna have to mop it up. That's what I see.
Yes, ma'am. I'll bleed on the box unless I'm seen to. I'm afraid to report, ma'am. Sorry. Apologies, ma'am.
All right.
Don't worry, little stick. I'll carry the box.
If you do a good job, and the wolf tells me you did a good job, then I'll put in an extra order of pudding for your dinners. How about that?
Ooh, okay.
Did you just say pudding?
Chocolate pudding.
All right, let's get to
Let's do this. To the wolf's den.
To the wolf. So we gotta go to the sea dock first.
Yeah, first down, then up.
Yeah, as we're walking out of there, I'll mention to the group that I heard the name Mert before, and while they were flying Spelljammers, that there is a that conversation that I happened to overhear that Zozo is more interested in, but he's not here right now. Was the fact that it sounds like Inc. did not deploy some agents to an area that I think this guy is from. It's what it sounded like, called the Citadel. They weren't deploying to help out that realm, so to speak. That's what it sounded like.
Interesting.
Is that what's in the center of the universe? Citadel?
Sounds
Is that where we're
important.
going?
God, I don't know.
Library. Have we seen a library in all the goings ups and downs of here?
Yes, you did see a library in the Nexus.
Oh.
There was a library up at the Nexus.
Oh, good. All right, good. All right. That's 1 point lower on the bunch of crook scale. That's good. All right.
Right.
You arrive down after another long walk. These stairs are getting to be rather taxing, and you inquire about the box, and the people there are like, you're not being able, unless you've got gold caps, then.
Pull my gold cap out of my back pocket and slap it on my head.
Oh, good. Okay, you are the guys. Okay.
So many hats, it's hard to keep track of which one.
Estra's gonna put the gold cap on like the crook of her neck, where the other hat is not.
Nice. Okay, so they point you towards this big crate, a big wooden shipping crate, about 2 feet wide on each side. It's gonna weigh about 100 pounds. So thinking about getting that all the way back up those winding stairs, how are you guys gonna deal with that?
Axel just walks over there and tries to lift it up by himself.
Axel gets it off the ground, of course, but the size of it's kind of awkward. Like it's kind of like just an awkward size. So
yeah, that's a weird one.
All right, Estra is going to run over and be like, "Move yourself to wherever you feel comfortable, and I'll help guide you, partner."
I just stand like in a way where I can take some of the weight off without getting in.
Nice.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I was trying to say like I'm kind of like grabbing onto the front and being like, okay, this direction, not this one, kind of thing.
As the box gets lifted, there's kind of a weird sensation of like a lot of things kind of just all, as you moved, each thing they like all moved in tandem, something clicky and rolly, kind of like
What's in the box?
Does it feel like a person?
What's in the box?
There's just a sign here that says for Mert. It arrived today, special delivery just for Mert, and that's all I know.
Well, judging by what the bosun said, I'm guessing it's liquor.
You see that all of the people there at the docks are like, oh, nice. He does like his liquor. There's someone here from is that Dignitary Citadel? Yeah, someone was here. Oh, he's allowed to drink then. Yeah, he is.
Makes sense to me. We best be going before he wakes up to find he ain't got no more.
So does that mean we're not usually allowed to drink?
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no, not on service, not unless it's a specially designated task or something that involved service for some reason. Yeah, no drinking on the job. Don't want to be caught drinking. Have you been drinking?
No. It's just interesting for no reason at all.
Unless my body is drunk without my prior knowledge, no.
That could happen.
Yeah, it could happen, but okay. I think we're good. All right.
Makes sense.
This is gonna be tough.
All right. So, is Carrie helping this mission in any sort of way? Just walking up?
When she heard the clicking, she actually her little mandibles were clicking as well. She was trying to see if the sound that she makes is the same as the sound that was coming from the box. She's still not sure what her sounds are.
It's not exactly the same, but yeah, it's got a ring to it. Something. It makes a similar sound.
I don't like that. Can I help? I will. She does a little flicks. Like, I could do something, I guess, but I might get in the way. I guess I could cast I could cast that spell again. Why don't you guys lift, and then if it gets hard, I can do the thing again, and that might get us the rest of the way.
Use that spell on the box. That way.
Yes, that's what. I don't know. Is it going to take us more than 10 minutes to get to the top?
Probably yes.
Yeah. All right. I can't do it the whole way, so we can work together as a team. I hear teamwork is the key.
Okay,
Let's go until we get to a hard part, and then make the box fly.
All right. With Ace and Estria helping, Axel, you have advantage on your strength saving throw. All right. The three of you power up to halfway there, but it's you're starting to get tired. So each make a Constitution saving throw to see if you can continue effectively helping or not for Ace and Estria. And that's going to determine Axel's difficulty of the saving throw. Oh, you guys are beasting it. You're in top form. These new bodies.
Let's go.
18, 16, 17. Damn.
Must be nice.
Not really concerned with hurting this body because it's fine.
Just get a new one.
Do you guys even stop to pause to get Carrie's help? You think that from here you could probably get to the top of this pace in 10 minutes if you hiked it, or you just want to just carry it?
Axel just keeps on going. He's powering through.
Make
that
second saving throw with advantage. Everyone's helping.
15.
Okay, that is enough to get the box in perfect shape all the way to the top.
Nice.
You notice that there is that sound, every time you're kind of going around the corners, you feel like something's kind of like rolling. A lot of little things are like rolling in the box and kind of you can feel the weight shifting. And you arrive at the bridge quarters where the guards there are like, oh, you're wearing gold caps. And they usher you in towards Mert's quarters.
Oh, you guys moved too fast. I was wondering. So, do you think it's a little weird that Zome bought like 15 bottles of wine from the commissary? Are they setting us up to fail here? That's like 2 points up on the crooked scale.
The Mr. Blip did mention that he did mention that it was to be used to bribe people. That's what he said.
Okay.
It ain't up to us to question what them higher ups is doing, cause even if we was to do that, they ain't gonna listen. We may as well just go along with it until we find a time to say, hey, this thing's been happening too.
Or hey, how about you give me a sip?
That's also the case.
What do you guys think is in this box?
Oh, it's 100% alcohol. I've heard that clink many a time.
I think it's spider. I think it's a box full of
A box full of
spiders.
spiders?
Hey, it's quite possible that weird space people make wine out of spiders. As far as we know.
Did you see that hippo guy? He probably eats spiders.
He might eat spiders. Could eat a lot of spiders, like a whale.
Anyway, it's none of my business. None of my.
Okay, so you're standing in front of Mert's doors, and you can hear some coming from behind the door. You do notice that it's open a creek, so you could head straight in if you want. But you do remember Tardar's words to not to wake him. So how do you proceed from here?
Esther's going to turn to Dr. Carey and say, I believe now would be the time to make that box lighter so that it don't bang when we put it down. Make it all them bottles
okay.
bang.
All right, I can do that. I can see this. You can see. I might not be fast, but I can keep things still. All right. And she waves her forearms and casts. Use my other second level spell slot and cast levitate again on the very large crate. Good at keeping things level.
Okay.
There we go.
How are you hitting through this partially opened door?
I have a pretty light step. I could try to guide it in there. It's light enough for me to hold and handle. I'll do to try to sneak on in.
Okay, trying to open the door with no creaky noises. Roll a stealth check.
Exactly. Yeah.
17 is a great effort. There's a little, you can see here that there's a creak to the hinge, and you kind of like push it up as you but it doesn't let the creak out. And the doorway reveals that Mert's quarters are sumptuously decorated with velvet curtains, gold fittings, and oak panels. There is a goldfish bowl, about the size of a cauldron, standing along one wall. It's filled with squirming octopuses. On the opposite wall, there's a table with some sort of topographic 3D map of some distant world. And nearer the door, there's like a partly open walk-in wardrobe with, like, you can see Mert's clothes kind of like from the wardrobe just thrown onto the floor towards the bed. There is golden light spilling from this wardrobe, and as you're able to peer in, you can see the man they've called the Old Wolf himself, sprawled over a giant leathery bed, butt naked and snoring loudly.
Carrie covers her eyes. Setting this down, right? I can just set it down now? I can set it down now? Oh, look, I can do this. She covers her eyes with 2 hands and uses her other 2 hands to do the magic lifting up and down thing.
As you guys were sneaking inside and trying to be really quiet, Dr. Gary's like, I can do this. And Mert kind of like, monkey's buttocks. My head's exploding. Who's making all that noise?
Esther quickly runs over to Merton's head and basically pries open the box and hands him some liquor from the box. He is in there.
As you pry open the box and the crate lid comes off, spilling from within are very spider-like creatures. 8-legged tiny creatures, but 2 of their little spidery limbs are upright and sharp, jagged little daggery limbs. Tiny Nyogi hatchlings. Probably something you've never seen before, but they begin spilling out of the box. Not 5, not 10, not 20. 30 of these creatures begin spilling out, surrounding you, filling the room.
Oh, God.
And that
Fantastic.
is where we'll leave things.
Spectacular.
Surely these are food for his octopus pets.
Yeah, I'm thinking that might be the case now.
Surely nothing bad's gonna happen.
Goonie called it with the spider call. Nobody listened to Ace.
The rolling and the clicking. Man.
All right.
Great
stuff, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I hope you've had fun alongside our adventure. And I'm looking forward to picking things back up in 2 weeks when we can see what happened with this horde of creatures that just spilled out of the box.
Sweet.
Nothing bad.
All right.
Surely.
Until next time.
It's gonna be fine.